Sanjeet, hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me here. So excited to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you. You did one session with me and we were so positive about that. We thought we'd do another one, but this has a little bit of a different tone. So let me welcome the audience. Hello, everyone. I'm Judy Platts. I'm Chief Customer Officer at SupportLogic, and I'm joined here today by Sanjeet Bali. And Sanjeet is an industry executive who I've had the pleasure of knowing for many years now. And Sanjeet was gracious enough to be willing to join 15 Minutes with Judy and share some of her insights. And today we're going to talk about a little bit of a softer side, if you will, of support. And it really is around the leadership, not the management, but the leadership and what it takes to be a good leader. I'm blessed to be able to be at CCW this week, and CCW has a separate group only for women and women allies. So yesterday was a full day of listening to women in call center, and support services, and seeing how they showed up and what they're wrestling with and what the allies are doing. So I posted this morning, I think we're there. I think we have a lot of work to do, but I think we're there when it comes to looking at the people in the room and who the allies are. Now I just think we have to put our shoulder to the wheel a little bit and do some more work, especially for, showing up from inclusive and equality.
Awesome. So, I would like to, I'm very excited to be a part of that group as well, because I think you guys are doing wonderful things.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad that you'll be joining us. I mean, I really am. So, Sanjeet, one of the questions, if a support leader needs one attribute, that's all they can put in their basket, one attribute, what would you say?
I would say being fearless.
Very good.
This job is not for faintest of the heart. And, I'd read somewhere a very good quote saying for a leader to do its job, you don't have to like your job too much. And I think it requires you to have very high integrity and absolutely leading with conviction. But I think above everything, you got to be super brave and you have to have optimism. Yeah. You cannot lead this group without optimism. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. I don't know if you realize this, but that's what your coffee mug there says. It says you are fearless. Yes. So was that a gift for you?
Or yes, it's a reminder, it's a reminder. It's a reminder of I'm fierce, I'm courageous, I'm brave, I'm fearless. That's
fantastic. Yes. You do show those qualities ever since I've known you, Sanjeet. Those are traits that I've appreciated about you. And I like it.
And likewise, yes.
Thank you. All right. So we went through some major change, as we all know, during COVID and such. We're going through major change still in support organizations today. What did you do to keep your team motivated and energized and passionate? Can you share one or two tips that were really invaluable for you to keep your team on the steady and the forward?
Yeah, I think for me, leading by example for sure, being in spaces where, we could build more collaboration and stuff. But I think what really worked was most of the people want to be part of some mission, something bigger than their daily routine activities. And as a leader, I've always focused on systemic core issues of the organization, not just what hits your support organization, but we've got the front seat to the entire customer landscape. And that's where you get a view of where all you could do things better, where all you can reduce friction. So what really worked for us during this COVID phase was focusing on these big systemic issues that were impairing our customer organization and the growth aspects of the organization. And people wanted to be associated with that. And, after launching those big initiatives, all I had to do was step back and let them be the ones leading those missions. And that brought in so much of knowledge, so much of learning, so much of, passion and energy. And people started seeing their jobs in a different way because they were making impact in a way which was bigger and wider and making them proud. So I think that's one thing that leaders need to do well. You can run a complacent organization, doing the regular things routine day in and day out, or you can create a certain bandwidth to run these big things where people want to be part of those missions. So I think that really worked. And I think another thing, I'm very curious by nature. I study a lot, I read a lot. I like to be informed by, biggest thought leaders in the world. And what that helps me is to keep me at par with the best of knowledge in the organization, so people can't BS me. And I'm part of these organizations in a very hands-on way, because I love to do things, next to the young generation, because that's where a lot of learning is. And I think that's how I kept my organization very engaged, very optimistic, and very productive, even in the remote context. So for me, the remote context never played any part of things going down. In fact, we did bigger and better things during these years.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot happening there. I read earlier today a number of organizations who've laid off workforce, that were remote workers. So I think this is something that's still going to play out. I loved your answer just then, but you touched on a couple of words that I heard there. You mentioned that you do a lot of studying, you do your reading, you do your, I'm sure TED Talks and things are there.
Yeah.
Can you tell me and tell the audience, who inspires you? Who motivates you right now? You would want them to maybe go listen to or go read up. Just a friendly tip.
I do like a lot of Nick Mehta's comments. I feel that they're deep. You read a certain layer, but there's a lot of layers to it. Yeah. So I'm very inspired by him. I feel that there are a lot of good books that I read. I mean, I'm never just like you. We are book fanatics. So I read a lot. But I think there's one book that really did, that happens to be one of my favorite books, and that is John Rossman. I'd like to follow John Rossman because, his views on how to shape organizations, whether it's transformation, whether it's leadership. The book is Think Like Amazon. I think it's 51 and a half ideas. So John Rossman is somebody that I really follow. But I never lose an opportunity to, even learn from regular influencers on YouTube. What? So I listen to a lot of good people who have gone through strife in their life, who've been through ups and downs, who've gone through challenges, because that's where the real experiences are. And that inspires me when people come from nowhere. I was a nobody and I became somebody. And to me, those stories are more appealing than any others. And that's where your learning is.
Yeah. I think that's what makes your soul so beautiful, Sanjeet.
Oh, thank you so much, Judy. You're so kind. Today, I also wanted to add one thing, and I think that's where I feel that, we haven't done enough for support, because you see that there is a lot of buzz about customer success, and I'm a big fan of customer success, leading customer success organizations myself. And, for most of us, customer success equals Gainsight, right? Gainsight equals customer success. I feel that, there's also, I'm a big fan of Krishna. I think what he's done for support is something that we'll all be indebted to as support professionals. I feel that there's a lot of thought leadership there. So I want to see more of him. I want to see more of you. And I want to see more of support leaders coming out and talking about support and giving it its due. Yeah. I think that's also something that I just wanted to make a mention of that.
I love that. Thank you so much. And you mentioned Nick Mehta, of course, the CEO of Gainsight, and our very own Krishna Raja, who is our founder and CEO. So thank you for both of those. I obviously appreciate both of their styles and their writings as well. So can I put you on the spot for a second?
Okay, just be kind to me.
I will always be kind, I hope. You've made a lot of decisions in your life. What is one decision, work-oriented, that you look back on now and you wish you hadn't done it? Do you have one that you can think of?
Yeah, I think sometimes I've been impatient because, I operate at a speed. And for me, I'm absolutely a co-founder mindset. So the way I operate, I tend to get impatient sometimes. Sometimes I've also short sold myself, because you expect women to behave a certain way. Sometimes I've felt that pressure, and I wish I was less impatient. And sometimes probably in my earnestness to do more and do better for the organization, I've kind of misrepresented myself in certain forums of the person that I'm not, right? Because when you have so much passion and you want to do such bigger things and all you care about is impact, your enthusiasm and earnestness can sometimes come across as self-serving while it's not.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think that's what I would probably, I don't have regrets as such, but I could have done those things better. And I've learned from those, of how to be better at those aspects and have that patience. Not that I want too much patience, because that's not my style at
Right.
all.
Right.
What I have done, I believe that I do derive great joy in shaping careers of many professionals, in the sense that I've always invested in the most junior staff in the company. I spend a lot of my time there because I want to be informed by their experiences and decisions and stuff. But I think my relationships have not been transactional, and most of these support professionals ended up being not just great support professionals, but they become the best SEs, the best salespeople, the best support professionals, professional services. So seeing these people grow in their careers from being a support engineer, dealing with incidents and mission critical situations, I think that's what I'm very proud of the kind of leadership and the kind of, as a human, how I've showed up and helped them shape their careers to some degree. I think I'm very proud of that. And I'm also very proud of the focus that I have as a business leader on the transformation and the continuous improvement aspect of the business, not just my function. I'm very proud of that execution.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're willing to say you're proud of yourself. I think that's something that we as an industry have to work on, not only from a female perspective, but I think support leaders, right? Yep. We need to talk more about the things that we've done that we're truly proud of. Support carries a lot on their back, and I think it's okay to have your brag bowl or your humble brags every once in a while. So I'm glad that you carry that mindset with you.
Yes. No, I was taught to be unapologetically ambitious. Because, when your intention is to do great things and make great impact in business and people, then I don't think you should be apologetic about it.
I agree.
Yeah,
for sure. So if something happened tomorrow and you moved out of the support industry, and we don't want that to happen, by the way, what would you want your legacy in support to be?
Legacy and support. I think my legacy should be about doing the right thing for your customers and for your people. I think at the end of it, whenever we do business with anybody, there's a promise there. There are people at the other side. And I think my legacy would be to do the right thing and fulfill that commitment of that promise, to live by your promises. And, there's generally a quiz in some of the podcasts that I've heard where they ask you that, you're stranded in a remote place, which is like a dangerous country, and you're caught in jail and you have 24 hours to contact a person who's going to come and bail you out. Who do you think you're going to make a call to? This is only one person you can call, right? And for me, that person is people that you can rely on. Mostly support professionals will qualify for that, right? People that you can rely on, people who will stand by you no matter where you are, and people who will always do the right thing. So for me, I think that would be my legacy, to do the right thing for your customers and your people. And I'm big on that. Customer obsessed mindset and service oriented execution is the only way for us to be better humans and better professionals.
Absolutely. I would come get you. I would come to that country. I don't know where, I don't know how I'd get there, but I would come get you for sure.
Trust me, I come get you too.
All right. Sanjeet, I cannot thank you enough. This has been the best time for me. I hope you'll continue to come back and visit me once in a while.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you for making time, and thank you for having me here. And I think we need to create more forums to support leadership, just like customer success and professional services. I think customer support deserves its due.
Absolutely. And I'll shameless plug. I'm so proud of everything that Joe Andrews is doing with our organization, our SX Live community, and our SX Live forum to come together and all of the knowledge and the writings that we're putting out. For those that haven't seen that, visit, because it is something amazing. And, for Krishna to be branding and building out a support experience for the industry. So thank you. You're a part of that, Sanjeet. You've spoken, you've written. So I hope to do more of this specifically with you and, yes, with other leaders. So if you're interested, let us know.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.